Hey guys, hope you had a lovely week and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about building a PC for under 30,000 rupees. And that's it for this video. I don't have any additional topics to talk about, so I'm going to concentrate on this topic because with the home education side of things, everybody's looking to buy a laptop or a PC. So I'm going to start off with the PC segment. PCMR for the win. So let's talk about this. So before I begin, I want to talk to you about an incident that happened this week with me, and it pertains to this certain topic because not everybody can go and build a completely new PC, and sometimes they have to upgrade the old PC that they have to keep up with the times. And this was a similar situation that I was in this week, where a friend of mine just contacted me to ask me what part of his PC setup should he upgrade. So I have the spec sheet of his here. So he had an Intel Core i5 650. So this is a 2-core 4-thread processor. So this is the first generation of the i series, and currently we are in the 10th generation of the i series. And he had 4 gigs of DDR3 RAM memory at 664 megahertz running in single channel memory mode, and he had a 320 gigabyte SATA 2 HDD running at 5900 RPM, and he had a 200 watt generic PSU, that you know that ones, right, the silver boxes. And he had Windows 7 Ultimate, which still hands down the best Windows there is. And he had a 1280 by 720 pixel display monitor. So I'm going to walk you through the thought process that goes through my mind when I'm given such specifications of the PC. So if I'm going to see which part you can upgrade, is most of the time it is RAM, GPU and SSD. So the situation here is the RAM is DDR3 at 664, which is pretty old, and the thing is it will not be a sane investment to upgrade the RAM because you can't take that part and push it forward to the new system whenever you rebuild or build up a new system in the future, because this will get saturated very quickly. So I didn't offer up the RAM option to him, and instead I offered him the GPU option, where he could even just get the basicest of basic, the GT710, which is 5 years old now, but for 3000 rupees it's good enough for the PC to survive, and the 650 can handle it, and it will push his system a bit forward in terms of upgradable timeline. But the problem there again which occurred was I didn't think his PSU would handle it, so I told him to upgrade the PSU to a 450 watt 80 plus PSU. So by talking to him and conversing with him, and I sort of gave him two options. So option one was getting the PSU and the GPU and just prolonging the life of this PC, but you can put the PSU forward, but the GPU, the GT710, you can't really push forward a bit. So I thought, why don't you just build a new PC? So he thought about it, he considered, and he came back to me with a budget of 30,000 rupees. So here are the spec list that I am going to offer for the budget of 30,000 rupees. So bear in mind, I am not going to include a monitor, keyboard, mouse and a PC case, because PC cases start from 2000, but upon your personal preference of the style of the PC case or the size, it varies. So I'm not going to include him, and I told him this as well, and he accepted this condition. So here is a spec list that I'm going to use for the PC. So the Intel Core i3-9100F. So this is a 4-core 4-thread processor on the 14 nanometer plus of Intel, but yeah, it's good enough for most consumer use case because quad core is quite widely acceptable now. And I would have gotten him a 4-core 8-thread, but it's double the price, and simply did not want to give my budget wholly for the CPU and not have enough for the rest of the build. So the CPU is the Core i3-9100F at 5900. Coming on to the GPU, so I stuck to the GTX 1650. So this is a good enough GPU for 1080p gaming at medium to high settings. So, and this will last you quite a long time if you're just using a single monitor, and I would love to have him upgrade the monitor as well, but that's his choice, and if he's comfortable with the old one, I have no issues with that. So the GTX 1650 is 12,200 rupees, and to tie both of these processors you do need a motherboard. So I chose the H310 from ASRock for 3,900 rupees, and I'm going to have all of these products linked in the description below, so you can go check them out and build this PC yourself. So this is quite a bare bones micro ATX case. It does not have an M.2 SSD slot, but that doesn't matter much to me because you're not going to utilize NVMe on such a low budget build. So coming on to the PSU, I recommend the Corsair CX450, which is an 80 plus bronze. So whichever PSU you go to PC Part Picker or any other website which gives you a breakdown of the wattages that your components pull, like the CPU, the GPU, the RAM and everything else included in the system, and add a bit 20 to 30% more to that, because the PSU is not the most efficient when it is at the top quarter of the use case. So if the use case is around 50 to 60% is the best for efficiency and energy saving purposes. So the 450 watt will last him a lot longer and push him through a new GPU as well, even if it has an 8-pin connector. And next I recommend an 8GB DDR4 2666 MHz single stick of RAM, whichever brand you can go. Even just the green PCB is also enough, because this is a budget build, so the shrouds and all just add to cost of the build. And I chose 2666 because the higher speed you go, it's a lot better for the system latency, and the latency of 16 or 17 is good enough for this system. And why I chose single channel is because there will be only 2 sticks slots on the micro ATX board, and in case of the H310 it is dual channel. So if he gets 2 sticks of 4x2, the problem comes when you have to upgrade to another tier, because then you can't use both of these sticks and you have to buy 2 whole new sticks. So if he gets a one single stick of 8GB RAM, you will have another slot open to get another 8GB RAM installed in the future when your budget supports it. Then comes the storage situation, where Crucial is quite good in this by Micron, so I recommend the 240GB SSD, the SATA kind, the flat one, even the set with the SATA 3 connector. And so all the parts that I counted down right now, from the processor, the GPU, the motherboard, the RAM and the storage including the PSU, all come to 30,717 rupees. I know I'm a bit above the 30,000 mark, but hey, come on, give me some slack. So if you want the spec list, I'm going to add that in description as well. But you're gonna say that 250GB of the SSD for the boot drive is quite small and you want an additional drive for storage. The thing is, that will be more of a personal preference for you, because 7200 RPM 1TB SATA 3 drive from Seagate is around 3.5, I think, yeah, 3,149 rupees. So that will just increase your budget even higher. And if you do not have any accessories like the keyboard, the mouse and the monitor, even those will cost you, and you have to budget that in. So if you want the keyboard, the mouse and a basic case for the system, so a basic case is around 2,000 rupees, and it just goes higher from there. But for this build, a basic mid tower is enough, and a keyboard mouse combo will cost you around 1,000 rupees from any reputed brand like HT or Logitech. And the 1080p monitor is a different situation, because there are so many different sizes from 21 inch to all the way to 32 and above. So the basic here is either a 21 inch or a 22 inch 1080p monitor, so that costs around 7,000 rupees. So I saw 2 options, one from Acer and one from LG, which I'm going to link in the description as well, so you can check it out. So all in all, this was a good experience for me in terms of how to attack this type of issue when you have an old system and you have to upgrade it, or just building a whole system from the ground up including all the accessories. So hope this helps you, and hope you can build a PC on your own and study at home using this PC. If you want to buy a laptop in this price range, I'm going to have a video coming up soon, So get subscribed over here and ring the bell icon so you get to know when the videos are coming out. That's it for me today. Hope this video helped you guys. Let me know in the comments whatever I missed. Follow me on Instagram and feel free to ask me any questions over there. And that's it for today, I guess. So I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Stay home, stay safe, wear a mask. Peace.